you've been one of the biggest legends in this game for a long time. Everybody looks to you as a guy who understands the game, a legendary, referee who really, I would say, has probably reffed probably some of the best fights in the history of MMA. How did you make the Bellator transition? Why did you make the Bellator transition? He
didn't ref my Nate Diaz fight. He didn't ref. Just throwing that out there.
The truth of why I made the Bellator transition was I teach a course. I had a gym, and look, I'd been training for a long time, and I got fucked up. I had someone that just torqued my neck in a way that I ended up having. First, I had 2 discs replaced. They went in the front and took 2 discs, and it seemed to work for a while. And then I had this occur when I was grappling, and it just destroyed my neck. It crushed all the thorax nerves and stuff. And so I started going from Big John into what I am now, Medium John, in that I just started losing all muscle mass on one side. And I couldn't pick up. It got to the point I couldn't pick up my arm. And it was, I go to get it taken care of, and it flops from one side to the other 24 hours after I had the surgery. So then they went in the back and kind of fixed it. But I'm being honest, it was the
Rose Namajunas
versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. If you watch that fight, you'll see how I stop it. Because I used to go, and everyone has their own way of doing things, but I used to be able to physically pick people up. If you were 155 pounds and down, I wouldn't go and dive my body between you. I would go and I'd pick you up and move you out because it was effective. You couldn't do anything about it. You weren't trying to fight me. And as soon as my arm went around you, you were coming off of your feet, and I could move you where I wanted. And it just worked for me. And so I was doing that fight, and I had my 3rd neck surgery. And I realized I don't think I can pick her up that way. And she's only 115 pounds. But I knew, because I had spent a month away, I'd canceled. You got to figure, I was working about 120 shows a year. Okay, so you got 52 weeks in the year. I was working about 120 shows. So all I would do is flying places, doing fights everywhere. And then I took 1 month off to get this last surgery to see if I could get it fixed. Michael Bisping's got the same problem with his neck, and he's got, a lot of, you get headaches and you can't move things. And it gets
shit. We had Bisping on the podcast, and literally like 35 minutes in, he was like this. Yep. He just couldn't sit still. He just kept moving because his neck is.
Well, have you ever had a stinger? You know what a stinger is?
I have.
Okay.
He never did no sports.
Okay. Well, if you have a stinger and you know what it's like, I had a stinger that would not go away.
Wow, that's annoying.
It would go away for about 5 seconds, and then it would flare back up.
That's when a nerve is in your neck. Like, it's like it's
and
really
it would just shoot down to the end of your arm. Yeah.
What's that?
I'm trying to so you could be one of us and know what it feel like.
We're all the same people.
So I did that fight. If you notice, I'll go and I reach over and I touch her. Boom, and I say stop, and she does. It's perfect. It looks great, right? She jumps up off. She wins the fight. But I knew. I was like, I can't do this the same way. And then I did the George St. Pierre versus Michael Bisping. Everything was fine. But I knew at that point, I was like, you know what? I am never going to be the person that ends up not doing something the right way. At this point in my career, there was a lot of things I screwed up before. But at that point, I had learned I wasn't making mistakes. And I was doing things pretty well as far as every fight. Anyone can complain because they have one person they like and they lose. But I was able to, get myself to where I was doing really well with everything. And I thought, I don't want to be the person that is told you need to retire. I want to be the one in control of it. I want to be the one saying, you know what, it was my decision. I left.